he's actually picking up on the heat signature of the GoPro. What's going on, guys? Welcome to today's video. If you're new here, my name's Ryan.
And I'm Kyle.
And I know we didn't come out with a video on Monday. We really apologize for that, guys. The video that we had already set up did not actually come out that well. Oh, but before we go into there, guys, a lot of people have been guessing about what this is. I mean, Kyle,
What?
has anyone got this right? I mean, you guys thought it was a chameleon enclosure, which we already built. You thought it was a monitor.
It's going to be a chicken enclosure.
It's not going to be a chicken enclosure.
You'll see that on the next video, guys. The chicken enclosure.
So, I'll give you a little, well, if you're watching this now, you saw the title. So we're in the secondary containment area for Venomous Rattlers. Venomous Rattlers. So this is, I know if you watched Tyler's video, I told a little sneak peek there that the Venomous room we're building is pretty unique.
You
and
did what?
I didn't say what it was. I just said it's gonna be unique.
You put another channel?
I thought you watched
cheating.
I thought you watched it. All right,
Get out.
so this is the outdoor area of the Venomous room. So essentially what we did here is we built a whole screened in area. It is completely enclosed. I mean, you can see Kyle standing there right now. It's a 25 by 25 foot room essentially. And this is an escape-proof room.
Yep.
And Kyle, why do we build this outside?
Why?
Yeah, why do we make it to where we have natural lighting and...
Just to really, focus on seeing these animals in natural light. There's no replication for actual sunlight, so it's so nice to be able to get the snakes out here and do it legally. So again, this is a fully secured room. It's double screening. It's got the wire on the bottom. It's got barriers underground. So, and they're not going to be living out here. So it's just kind of like a little vacation spot that's just more of a what do they call it?
It's a showroom,
transition.
essentially.
Yeah, essentially, it really is just a showcase room that we can bring the snake out and check it out in sun.
Yeah, and technically this is our secondary containment because, guys, we have our double door entrance here. We got the screen door there and then the lock door behind me. And then as soon as the door to the shed's open, this is essentially one big room. But we do keep everything inside a shed, so technically there's 3 locked doors before you get to snakes. And I'm gonna ask in this video, you guys use a little bit of imagination because we just got snakes in here. This is really recent of being built. So as you can see, there's still a lot of dirt on the ground. Eventually, this is all gonna be nice, luscious green grass. And then when we go inside, we're gonna give you the view of the snake room. We ordered 18 cages in. So right now, this is very, 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 very temporary.
It's chilly in here.
It's 82.
What?
Yeah.
It says 78.
Yeah, so since we are in an outdoor room, or a room not in the house,
Oh,
we cranked
I see you stole my dehumidifier. Oh, how nice. First, he goes in my garage, unplugs it, and just leaves it unplugged because he has some lizards in there. And then, now he just completely takes it.
I mean, it works pretty well in here.
Yeah, because it's plugged in. When it's plugged in, it works very well.
All right, guys, so the AC unit set is 78, but if you look at my temp gun, it's 82 in
I
there.
don't trust those things.
95, so, I mean, it's pretty accurate for body temp.
97. 97.
But guys, like I said, this is all super temporary. We had everything inside the house in our other Venomous room that was much smaller, and we knew that we weren't gonna keep anything in here. So, like I said, use your imagination. This whole wall here is gonna be 6 and 8 foot cages, including that rack, so that's gonna be on the end of those cages. And then on this wall, we're gonna have 10 4 by 2 by 2 cages here. So we're gonna have a lot of cages that are gonna be in the next 2-3 weeks, so they're coming very soon.
And then this is the arboreal section. So this will be emerald tree boas, squams, tree vipers, stuff like that.
And we're getting some squams next week.
Yeah. And this is staying in here?
This is staying here. I'm gonna decorate it. So like I said, I just got this in yesterday. So all the white backdrop is gonna be some sort of decoration. It's gonna look nice, and it's black, so it's gonna match the rest of the cages that are going here.
It's cool.
And instead of putting the rack, like we're gonna do a little baby rack, so instead of putting that there, we'll probably put it here, because that rack, I hate racks, but for babies it works well. That's gonna be gone as soon as the cages come in. But what do we do about the room? I mean, do you want to talk about it? You want me to talk about it?
Yeah, I mean, this was just a bare storage shed. So what we did is completely insulated it, just fully sealed it with, you know, epoxy and whatnot. So I've sealed every crevice, covered up all the outlets, put some lighting in here, AC unit. So officially made this snake escape proof.
And this also hurricane proof, so this had to be built to code. This has all been checked off by Fish and Wildlife, so we're completely set to go. I know the outdoor room is probably gonna cause a little bit of buzz because no one else is doing that, but it is checked off by FWC, so we're allowed to do it. But what do you say? I mean, I've got to clean a couple cages. Even though I just moved him, I noticed the Western Diamondback, the Aspen, it looks like he may have urinated on it, so I'm just gonna go ahead and clean that out. The big one needs to be cleaned.
Okay.
I'm not gonna show you guys everything in this video, every snake that we have in here. There's some surprises in here. There's also some that are just gonna come out as we go. So, I mean, Kyle, you wanna take out the Western Diamondback? All right, so Western Diamondback's down there and everything's completely labeled. So you can see danger venomous reptile, Crotalus atrox.
What do you want?
So we're gonna put him in this bucket so we can take him outside as well, show you guys the animal and clean his cage. And
that thing fits in this bucket?
yeah. And guys, I do little handles on everything when it comes to working with rattlesnakes, so that way my hands are away from the edges. So yeah, use the hook to open the cage. And now guys, this Western Diamondback isn't exactly the friendliest, and he's a big albino too.
The big albino?
And you're not gonna wanna use the tongs unless—
I wanna get the hide off.
You're gonna use that for the hide?
Yeah. What? What is this?
He's just a heavy bodied snake.
Yeah, I just wanna get the hide off.
I'm making a mess. Aren't we cleaning it anyway?
Yeah. It's out.
Now what are you gonna do next, Kyle?
Where's your double hook?
Oh, let me go grab it real quick. So Kyle asked for the double hook. Unfortunately with this, it's almost impossible to actually scoop the snake out with it. It's just a little bit too bulky, but once the snake's out, the double hook works well. So let's see. There you go, let him come out. And then double hook to the back. There you go. All right, now you got him in the bucket, so you drop it in. And that's why I like the handle guys in there, because it makes it so much safer. Your hands aren't in the area. And you just secure it. All right, let's go ahead and take him outside, guys, and we'll talk about him a little bit. So now Western Diamondback rattlesnakes are actually pretty twitchy. I've handled these guys a lot. Back in California, I had about, I think 30 at one point. And I'm actually gonna use a double hook on him because with these heavier bodied vipers, you wanna support more of the body weight. I don't like using a single hook because it kind of pushes into their ribs. And they're just, even though they're a potentially life-ending snake, they're very fragile. You don't wanna hurt their ribs or anything like that. Now this is actually an albino Western Diamondback rattlesnake. Now they come in all sorts of different colors, and that's primarily for the pet trade, but albinism, they were found in the wild. I believe in Texas is where they came from. And you'll see these guys all throughout Southwest United States and even into Mexico. And they're responsible for the most snake bites of any venomous snake in North America. They have a very toxic chemotoxic venom, which basically means that destroys tissue. I've actually seen some videos of people that got bit and their fingers end up rotting off. Like their bone pops out of their skin because they're just so highly, the necrosis is so bad. And keep in mind guys, it's super hot outside. It's probably like 85. So since snakes are a cold-blooded species, when it's hot like this, their energy level skyrockets. And in the wild, a Western Diamondback is gonna be mostly nocturnal. They're gonna be hiding in rocks and trees and grassland, coiled up during the heat of the day, just relaxing. And then at nighttime they come out and hunt. And he's about 4 foot long, which is a pretty good size for a Western Diamondback. They typically get between 3 and 5 feet, with big ones getting 7 foot. Now I've had him since he was about, I want to say he was like less than a foot long. So I've got a lot of experience with this particular animal. I think I've had him for 7 years now. And he's a pretty mellow Western Diamondback compared to some I've seen. Because when I was keeping, when I had about 25 of these, they actually act like springboards when they're in their enclosure. What they'll do is they'll sit to the back of the enclosure, and when you open the glass, they'll springboard out at you when they're the more aggressive of the species, or more defensive. This particular animal is, like I said, pretty mellow. And again, with this double hook, you can see that it really supports a lot of that body, not putting too many pressure points on the snake and hurting the snake or causing any kind of internal damage. Now, Western Diamondbacks are actually pit vipers, which I don't know if the camera's gonna pick it up, but right behind the nostril is a heat-seeking pit. Now, what that allows them to do is hunt during the nighttime, and what they do is they pick up on heat signatures of rats or their prey, or even a large one like this will eat rabbits or squirrels in the wild, and it'll pick up on that, and boom, they'll hit it when they get close enough. And he's actually picking up on the heat signature of the GoPro. So that's why you saw his tongue flicking out, and he was kind of getting hyper-focused on those, on the camera.
Well, do you want to let him explore and we'll clean the cage real quick?
Yeah, we'll let him explore a little bit, and we'll go in there and clean. And that's the beautiful thing about this, is he's able to actually get out here, stretch out, and there's nowhere for him to go. This is all secured. He's just gonna hang out in here, kind of. What he'll do is he'll probably end up going back to that corner, and he'll just curl up and hang out there in the shade.
What do I do with this?
So you're gonna use it. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't you do it upside down, like this?
No, wait.
Crocodile enclosures, you don't have to really clean. You're buying like this. I don't know how to work a dust can. It's just like, we got some in there. We're good. We're good. We're doing great, guys.
Good thing we got a broom for you after this. So you can either scoop it up and put it in there, or sweep it after. Your choice.
Well, I'll just leave it.
Do you guys see what I'm dealing with here? I don't know. Bro!
I got wet!
You can't throw away the water bowl. So Kyle is, I think, making more of a mess than cleaning.
That's why I like crocodiles.
Guys, if you want to have snakes on the sanctuary, leave a comment. Actually, you know what? We'll do one better. Go to Kyle's Instagram and send him a message. Be like, we want snakes. It's crocodilekyle_6. Blow him up, guys. Blow him up for snakes. Don't. Alright, so let's go ahead and get that guy back in here. Probably be able to just do it with one hook. Yeah, what you want to do is scoop up underneath them, underneath that hook. Yep, right there. And then go a little farther back. And then right there, you got a decent grip on him. And if he starts going forward, that's actually good, because then it puts more of his body on there.
One buddy, turn.
There you go.
Alright guys, well, we unveiled the new Venomous room.
Yeah, hope you enjoyed today's video. There's gonna be a lot coming. Like I said, still use your imagination, because this room is bare. We got 18 cages coming in about 2 or 3 weeks. It's gonna look so much different and really nice. We also have some amazing reptiles coming in to be put in the cages. So stay tuned, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, follow us on Instagram at Primitive Predators, and we'll see you on the next one.
See you guys.